Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This may seem like an odd one to start with, but today we're looking at the dew collectors, the improvement, the mods, how to get them, where to find them, how much they cost, and if we like them or not. And this may seem like an odd one to start with, but I don't know if you recall, I did make a dew collector video the first time when they took away our beloved glass jars, which we do not have back, by the way. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But the water situation, I can happily announce, in 1.0 is so much better. So we still have the dew collectors, but they are a little bit different, and I want to go through everything about them. That way you guys know going into your game how they work and what you can do with them. Alright, so last time I talked about this dew collector, it wasn't a very good situation. It took forever. You couldn't build it day one. You had to buy the filter. You needed the filter to craft it. Thankfully, you no longer need the filter to craft it. Now, day one, you do still need at least one Forge Ahead magazine in order to unlock it underneath your workstations. You do need that one book. But you no longer need the filter to craft it. But don't celebrate too quickly, because you do still need the filter for clean water. So it's 100 scrap polymers, 4 short iron pipes, and 4 things of duct tape. Only takes 28 seconds to craft. And the way that it's going to look is, it's going to make murky water. Until you get the filter and put that in, then it will make clean drinking water. And I'll explain how you get all this other stuff and what they are, because they're not even labeled here. Usually you hover over it and it'll tell you. If you search it in here, you will not find it. You can't craft them, unfortunately. As far as I know, so far, as of making this video, maybe they'll change that. So if you're concerned about getting that one Forged Ahead book that you need to unlock the dew collector on day one, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and complete your starter quest challenges. It's set up a little bit differently. I can do a different video on this if you want. But it's the same standard starter quest, really, and the one that sent you at the end to the closest trader that you were at. Now the difference is that it always sends you to Trader Wrecked. Your first trader encounter will always be wrecked, and conveniently, over here, he has a workbench and a forge where you can genuinely, generally get a Forged Ahead magazine out of one of those. If you don't, he also sells a lot of magazines, which is pretty convenient. And let's see.
Selling to even a dumbass like you.
The 3 different mods or tools you can now get for the water... I keep saying water purifier, for the dew collector, are the gatherer, which increases the rate of the water that you get, the tarp, which increases the amount of the water each day, and the water filter, which obviously turns it from murky water to drinkable water. Now, it's 720, 1500, and 7500 coins. However, earlier, and I took a screenshot of this so I could show you, he did offer me a gatherer for a tier 1 quest reward. So my hope is that he will offer these for other quest rewards, being that that's there for tier 1, and you know, it really does make the dew collector much faster. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Also,
watch yourself, stranger. I know some fellers that break legs for coin.
Also, there's a new system of clothing and armor, which I can again make a different video on, but one thing that's pretty easy to find are the tier 1 clothing. If you happen to find the preacher hat comes with a buff now where you get a discount on items. So we just saw those prices. It looks to me like it's a 2% discount per tier, so the 4 is 8%. So we're more likely to find this. So let me just wear this really quick and talk to him.
I'll sell you food, but don't expect me to cook it for you.
See, now it's 705, 1470, and 7350. So it's a significant savings if you can find the preacher hat.
You don't buy something next time, I'll shoot you.
And I really do want to get into another video on all the clothing, because there's ways to mix and match to really strategize with what you're doing, whether it's Horde Night, whether you're buying stuff, which I think is really cool. So I'll get into that in another video. So, let's see what these do. I feel like I've talked enough about it, and it's still the same situation where... Oh wait, this actually did produce one? It's not supposed to, it's in red. Maybe it just means it's slower. Oh, that's really interesting. So I had this one specifically, locked up in here so that I could show you what it looks like. but it must still work. It must just be really slow. Ah, I didn't know that. Because this one, you can still, because you have to protect them, right? You don't want them to get destroyed. And this one, I took one block out, and you can see it's making murky water. But see how it's pulsating, so it's much faster than this one, apparently. That's crazy. I didn't even know it would produce any water. Huh. So, alright, these are the tools that we have. And you see it go from murky water to clean water the second you install the filter. So that's always good. This one increases the amount of water collected each day. This one increases the rate. So let's see. If you take that out, it's flickering that much. And if you take it out, it's like twice as fast. So I really do think it collects twice as fast. There's not really stats per se, but I want to show you what it looks like when it increases the amount that it can collect. This one right here. So instead of, I thought originally it would put like 6 boxes here, but really it puts 2, and then you can get 6 per day. And there you go. And yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I've covered everything. Let me know what you guys think. This is an improvement, but do we still miss our glass jars? Are we okay with this system? Do we like the tools? Do we not like the tools? I honestly think that they're a bit pricey, considering I feel like I'm not earning as many dukes or finding as many dukes as I used to, which of course there's more perks and different clothing and armor you can do to increase that. There's different skill sets and of course stats you can perk into for that, and books you can read, but I still feel like it's been kind of slow, so I think that if anything, the price of these tools needs to be tweaked, but I'm really happy with being able to have a dew collector day one, not needing the expensive water filter, and honestly, I was, like, dying of dehydration during Alpha 21 at first, and this time it has not been a problem. Now, my food and water consumption has been crazy high, and I'm going to address that in a different video, but for right now, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the dew collector. I feel like it's well balanced the way that they've made it so that you can craft it easier now, but then they left, you know, a bit of a progression on it, if you will, things to do with it. So yeah, I like this. I feel like everybody else that I've been playing with has been happy with the change, but I know some people will always miss their glass jars. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you have any other questions or anything about the video, or questions and videos you would like to see me do, like I said, I want to do one on all this armor and clothing and stuff, because I'm really interested in finding, you know, different ones and the perks and all that. So subscribe if you already haven't, because I'll be making these videos pretty soon, especially on the clothing. So alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.